Welcome back to the Perky Collar Radio Show. I'm your host, David M. Frankel. Our next guest today is Deb Fulcoly, and she's a stylist for J. Hilburn. Deb, can you hear us?
I can.
Excellent, Deb. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thanks, David, for the opportunity to speak with you. You are quite the epitome of the true entrepreneur.
I try to be.
You are. My name is Deb Fulcoly. I'm a stylist with J. Hilburn Men's Clothier, and I like to say with my business, I get to change men's lives and help them be their personal best. For those of you that are not familiar with J. Hilburn, for the last 10 years, we've offered high-quality, custom, made-to-measure, and ready-to-wear clothing and accessories at affordable prices to gentlemen of all walks of life, all shapes, and all sizes. With J. Hilburn, we also offer the gift of time and style. Most all of our fabrics are sourced from Italy, and they are constructed with unparalleled quality. The best of all is I get to meet with my clients in their home or office or the place of their choice to make it as convenient as possible. And when I say place of choice, that has in fact been at airports, hotel lobbies, Starbucks, even a lacrosse field. So lots of options to make it easy for our clients. A little about myself. I grew up in the Chicago area, spent 25 years in the Dallas area, 8 years here in the Carolinas. My background was in corporate America, finance and engineering mainly, and the last time I sold anything, cookies as a Girl Scout. So what the heck am I doing in menswear? Well, we moved to the Charlotte area to come work for a competitor, and about a year to the day, our jobs were eliminated due to a merger. So, yikes, what to do? Long story short, after looking for a traditional job, my tennis friend from Dallas told me what she was doing with J. Hilburn and asked would I be interested. Well, I mulled it over for a little while and decided to give it a try. Well, it's been over 6 years, and I've really never looked back. I honestly thought being a stylist with J. Hilburn would be all about sales and clothes, but found out it's really so much more. I've been blessed with some amazing clients that have remained loyal and been a great source of referrals, which for me is a great feeling because I know they have faith in me and our products. And again, I found that it's really just so much more than clothes. We give the gift of time, which none of us have enough of. We give the gift of style, which many crave but didn't know how to achieve. And best of all, we give confidence. My clients know they look their best and it makes them feel good about themselves. One example comes to mind with a client that was referred to me by his recruiter. He had lost his job and he was job hunting, and while really highly competent in his field, his appearance was not projecting his ability. Mm-hmm. We worked together to get him in a great fitting suit and shirt along with a tie, belt, and shoes to complete his outfit, and took him to a trip to a local barber to get a good haircut. Well, about a week after his outfit arrived, he had an in-person interview. Lo and behold, he got the job. He was so excited. And while looking good might have helped him, he said he just felt so much better with the way he looked that he felt so confident, and he really felt the confidence helped him land the job. And happy to say he continues to be a loyal client. Even though he's moved, the way that our business works, you can be kind of anywhere in the country once you've had your initial appointment. So that was one of my happy stories. One of my challenges along the way was early on in my tenure, I went to measure a gentleman, and as I'm conducting the appointment, taking his measurements, I realized we are going to have an issue. Based on his measurements, we could get him into a shirt, but not a jacket or trousers. I felt horrible, and he was disappointed and I think a little embarrassed. In the meantime, he did love his shirts from J. Hilburn, but still had to settle for ill-filling, off-the-rack suiting. So fast forward to last year, J. Hilburn introduced the ability to accommodate an extended fit. This is really a godsend for those in that size range who typically have to take what they can get off the rack or pay big bucks and wait months for a custom-made suit. And so now I've been able to get him beyond our shirts and into our suits, even into some casual chinos. So he's a happy camper. I have to say it's a pleasure to work with a company that not only stands behind their quality, but continues to add products for us to help fill in just about every niche of a client's wardrobe.
Right.
We have casual wear, all the way to formal wear. And this season, we even introduced a golf line. So that'll be kind of fun to sell this spring. Really about the only thing we don't carry now is underwear. I'm kind of hoping we don't add.
It's a very competitive industry right now. There's a lot of people selling underwear.
Yeah, that's true. We stand behind our quality 110%, and if there's ever an issue with fit or finish, we just make sure the client's happy, whether that be getting it locally altered, remaking it, or, if need be, returning it. I've never had an issue where the company didn't stand behind the products.
It's fantastic.
And I have to say, being a stylist is not hard, but it does take hard work. You got to stay abreast of all of our offerings and cultivate a client base, but it's truly worth the effort. We have a lot of resources online and live that help us do our job, and the investment not only in our product development, but technology has been really impressive. Our clients can now go to their profile online, design a shirt, see what it looks like, send it to me, or just shop online, or they can browse suggestions that I might have sent them while they browse their online closet that shows them all of their purchases. So lots of cool stuff going on with J. Hilburn.
That's excellent. And how did J. Hilburn start? What was their specialty when they right out of the gate?
So they started, it's almost 11 years now in Dallas. Two guys that actually were in the finance field were frustrated they couldn't find shirts that fit for an affordable price and decided to start J. Hilburn.
Okay.
Started with just shirts.
Okay.
Did that for a couple of years. It was a little bit of a struggle sometimes, and they weren't always perfectly made. The time I started is when they had just introduced their suits, and they've kind of continued to grow and expand ever since. And they're still located headquartered in Dallas.
Okay. So with the shirts, were they doing the different types of shirts as far as different colors on the shirts too? Or were they just doing a standard dress shirt? Or what was the variety of shirts they offered?
Oh gosh, huge variety. So we have we have hundreds of shirting fabrics, even, some that they range from like a standard, like a dress shirt.
Okay.
We're the only company that makes non-iron dress shirts, and as well as like denims and casual wear. We have 16 different collars. We have different cuffs. We have, you can design each shirt however you want: long sleeve, short sleeve, flat bottom, you name it, with contrasting fabrics or not. You can put fun stitching on it, which is all included. So it's definitely fun. And if you can't figure out how to make a shirt for yourself with us, I don't know.
So to make really a one-of-a-kind shirt. This is what it sounds like.
Absolutely. Each shirt, that's the beauty of it. Not only is it made for you fit-wise, but it's made for you style-wise. So everyone's shirt is 100% personalized. And if you have once we take your measurements, you had like your profile, but some guys, like when they want to make a casual shirt, maybe they make that fit a little differently, or they want it shorter because they're going to wear it untucked. They want short sleeves. They want epaulettes. Pretty much every shirt can be as different or as similar as they want. I have one guy that orders 15 of the same shirts. It's because he likes simplicity. Another guy, makes everyone different. It's whatever suits the client, and that's what's fun about it.
Sure. What would you say is the most common question or common concern a potential customer would have?
I think sometimes they hear the word custom and they think expensive.
Okay.
Or they think it's going to be high pressure. And quite honestly, it's neither. Our shirts probably run about the same as if you bought them at like Belk or Nordstrom. They're not going to be cheap, but they are going to be well constructed and high quality fabrics. All of our fabrics are made in Italy. Well, okay. I would say 99% of them. And I think they also think they're going to have to buy a lot at once, because some of the other custom clothiers do make you buy a bundle or have a minimum purchase threshold, and we don't. You can have one shirt, you can buy, 10 outfits. It's, it's up to you what you want. And I think they also worry that it's going to be like too dressy for them. And then they're always pleased to find out, you can make it be as dressed up or as dressed down as you want.
Excellent. And who would you say is your biggest competitor, and what makes you better?
Our biggest competitor, we probably have a couple. One would be like a Tom James. They're pretty big in the Charlotte area. And they do like the custom clothing. Our competitive advantage with them is they do require a kind of like that you purchase a package or a bundle. So it might be like a $4,000 bundle, which that's a chunk of change for a lot of people when they just want to try something.
Sure.
And their lead times are a lot longer. Our shirts come in about 2 weeks, and suits in about 3. And theirs take probably 2 to 3 times as long. We also are running into some competition with like online people.
Sure.
Where you take a picture and you design the shirt, and they're pretty much not as a custom shirt. They're going to be like a stock shirt that they kind of fit to your metrics that you send in. So it's not quite the same thing. They might be a little less expensive, but the quality and the fit is really not the same. And you still have to do that all yourself. I come to you, take your measurements, and to take care of everything for you.
That's great. That's a great personal touch. I think a lot of people are so busy. Like you mentioned earlier, time is their greatest asset. And the fact that you can come to their office or go to them, meet them for coffee in the morning, or, basically go to their routine, so they don't have to change the routine whatsoever. And get fitted and get ready for an upcoming meeting or a new suit they need for an upcoming business trip. They don't have time to go to the store and get fitted, or they may not know who to trust when it comes to getting fitted. So it's nice to have that trusted advisor that knows how to fit you properly and get it done properly, stands behind the work, so you know for sure.
Right.
And when it does arrive and you have very little time to spare, if it's not right, you don't have to worry about having to return it or send it back, which is very important.
Yeah, we take care of it. And too, like a lot of times they'll be like needing some style advice. Like, hey, I've got to go out of town, and it's called business, casual or smart casual. What the heck is that? And,
right, sure.
They might have something already in their closet. I'm like, okay, wear this jacket with these pants, or, I can help them with what they currently have, or like we fill in what they might need. I've even had it where I had stuff sent to a resort where someone was going to be having a business conference. It got there in time because he was like, oh no. Same with like tuxes. They might be like, oh my gosh, I have to do a black tie thing. Can you just, what I need, get it for me. So once we have that relationship, we kind of know what they have, what they need, and what they like.
Makes sense. And I know a lot of people, including myself, that have kids in high school, get frustrated with renting tuxes for weddings or renting tuxes for prom. What would it cost what is your perspective on a teenager maybe buying a suit or buying a tux instead of renting it and spending $500? How much more would it be for them to have a tux fit? And then obviously, how many uses could they get with that tux or with that suit if they decide not to rent, but instead buy something from a J. Hilburn rep like yourself, a stylist like yourself, that can help them have a suit or a tux that fits them long term?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, because a lot of times what people have found, I know my boys, they're in their 20s, and they've been in a lot of weddings, and they've had to rent a lot of really bad tuxes.
Sure.
Or they had events where like, it was black tie, or they needed something. And tux journals have gotten to be so expensive. Like you said, $500. I mean, that's probably about the average, and you wear it for a day.
Right, exactly.
And then it doesn't always fit right, and you're kind of stuck with what you get. For under $1,000, you could have a tux and a shirt, and know it's going to fit, and know it looks great for any occasion. And sometimes it could be a tux, or maybe it could even just be like a really nice suit that could be crossover from like business to semi-formal.
Okay.
So that they know that they always have that excellent suit in their in their closet that they can pull out at any time, because everyone really needs at least one nice suit.
Sure.
We even have really cool shirts that they are tuck shirts, or you can put the strip of buttons back in and they become just like a regular dress shirt. So you really get tons of use out of it. And that's just a standard feature that we add that no extra cost.
That's great. Gives you some more flexibility.
Yeah, sure does.
And once you have a suit or a tuxedo tailored to your size, obviously we all gain and lose weight. How difficult is it to adjust the suit 6 months, a year later to our new size and shape, so to speak?
That's another good question, because we all know people expand and contract, as I like to call it.
Sure.
Our pants are constructed with what's called a split back seam. So in the waistband, in the back, there's like a seam and there's like a little V notch cut out of it, which is actually usually found in pretty high quality trousers. The reason it's there is it's very easy for a tailor to open that up, and there's enough fabric to let the waist out over an inch, and you could bring it in at least an inch. Okay. And I know from experience taking my husband's pants to get fixed, it's only about an $8 fix.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you had, and and that could even include seat shaping, where you're, bringing it in or letting it out in the hips along with the waistband. Because usually it's not just the waist, it's the waist and the hips. And same within jackets. We have the ability within our jackets to let it out about 1.5 inches in like chest, waist, and or hip. Okay. And bring it in the same amount. Before, if you alter it too much, it really starts to change the shape of the jacket or the trousers. Like, you don't want the pockets to be like meeting each other if you take the pants in too much. But a 25-pound weight gain on an average person can be easily accommodated in our suits and trousers.
Well, that's a lot of weight too. So it's good that you have a 25-pound up or down and still be able to wear the same suit. Yeah.
We found about 25 pounds is, about the most you want to change in either direction for them to still look nice. I mean, they'll probably still fit, but
right, of course,
might not be as nice of a drape as the fabrics.
Sure. Now, how do people find you, Deb? Do you have a website or Facebook or LinkedIn?
I do.
What's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, I have a website, which is just my name, Deb, DebFulcoly, Hilburn, JHILBURN.com. Okay. And on that website has all of our products, and it also has my email and my phone number. Okay. But my phone's also 214-356-4424. Still have that Dallas number. Didn't want to get rid of it. And I would say most of my clients find me these days through referrals, but I'm always actively looking for new clients and honestly looking for more people that might want to become a stylist for J. Hilburn. We are definitely underrepresented in the Charlotte area and really anywhere in the U.S. We can always use more people because everyone's got their own little sphere of influence that they can work with. We rarely have competition among stylists, shall we say, even in highly saturated markets.
So if someone watching or listening to the show right now wants to get involved and become a stylist, what's the first step?
Give me a call.
Okay. So step one, call Deb. That's pretty simple. 214-356-4424. All right, step two.
Correct. I would talk with them, make sure it's kind of a good fit, so to speak. And, I can send them a link that kind of explains like what it's like to become a stylist. Give them a little bit more information. And I also suggest, if possible, meeting in person, because once you see, feel, and touch those fabrics, it's a game changer. People are like, oh my gosh. They're just amazing fabrics. And I'm pretty hard to overly impress, but I was very pleasantly surprised when my first round of fabrics came. And there was really only a few people in Charlotte when I started, so I didn't get to touch or feel beforehand. I had to go on faith, and glad I did. And I might add that your Perky collar works perfectly with our J. Hilburn shirts, especially when they wear them under a sport coat.
I appreciate that plug as well.
Yeah, it's been...
so, gentlemen, if you're not wearing a tie, wear a Perky collar with your J. Hilburn shirt.
Yep.
Enough said.
Yep.
Mic drop right there.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. When I deliver their sport coat and a shirt, most often includes a Perky collar to show them how to look their best when they've got all their new duds on.
Exactly right. It's all part of having that crisp, clean look. And again, I think, like you said earlier, every man wants to look great. Every woman loves a well-dressed man. So it just takes a little effort. Make sure the collar looks good. Make sure, the suit fits properly. I think not a improperly fit suit just does more against you than it does good for you. So make sure the collar looks nice. Make sure the suit fits properly. If you're able to wear a European or a slim cut suit, wear it because it'll fit you better. It'll look nicer. It'll make you look more elegant, more sophisticated. And, ultimately your shoes is the next thing, making sure that those are polished and clean and look nice. And then you got the whole thing together. And if you don't have or don't want to wear ties, then your key is pocket squares, pocket rounds. Now you can give that suit a whole new look just by adding some accessories. So it makes a big difference. And that's one of the things that J. Hilburn reps do, or stylists do, is they help people with the color coordination of shirts and pocket squares or shirts and blazers, because not everybody has that vision. I'm sure some of you watching and listening right now, either your husband isn't great at it, your boyfriend's not great at it, maybe you're not great at it. And it's nice to have someone that can help you, that has the vision and can kind of put it all together for you. And you can